Welcome to Southeast Alaska for our exploration of Alaska's coastal wilderness. Over the course of this journey, we'll be traveling as far north as Glacier Bay National Park, and as far south as LeConte Bay. We'll be hiking, kayaking, and even stand-up paddleboarding in the Tongass National Forest, North America's largest temperate rainforest. We're really delighted that you decided to be with us for this one-week journey. We're gonna have a great week together. Welcome aboard. I really have to get back to work.
There for a moment. The humpback whale, the pectoral.
Today, we're traveling up Endicott Arm, which gives us an amazing insight to how the ice carved this landscape.
Sandy, should you be inside my
Right. I'm just going to say a few quick things. I want to introduce you to Jocelyn, our driver. Jocelyn is in charge.
Think of the volume of water. So one of the most amazing things is just to watch the process of succession. Watch the bare rock give way to small plants that gives way to the forest that we'll spend our time in later this week. So one of the insights we have to the glaciation around here is these U-shaped valleys. And it's really amazing to think that the Venture right now is floating in one of these U-shaped valleys. So getting to see Dawes Glacier was humbling to think that this huge glacier face is but a small portion of this flowing river of ice connected to the Stikine ice field. Seeing this geology at work and evidence of the glaciers creating this whole entire landscape is a really amazing insight to Southeast Alaska.
Oh, you're in the corner. You're up.
So we woke up this morning in LeConte Bay, which is just southeast of Petersburg, and LeConte Bay is the outflow of the LeConte Glacier. Amazing, moody morning. We've got beautiful overcast light. For me as a photographer, what makes this place so special is the stunning colors. People don't realize just how blue this ice really is. And when you're just looking at the reflections in the water, the pattern of the water has the blue reflected in it. You've got these amazing shapes, and it's just one of those unreal moments in nature that for me is really awesome.
Today we are in Petersburg, a quiet fishing community filled with families and generations of people who have been fishing, as well as Tlingit families that have been here working alongside their Norwegian counterparts. The town itself was founded by Norwegians, and they hold this heritage and their pride today. When you come to Petersburg, you'll see lots of fishing boats. There are family-owned seiners, trollers, gill netters and longliners, crabbers. There's a cannery here. All of the money is kept in the community. The first boats you'll probably see are the giant seine boats. These are boats that are tended by very powerful aluminum boats that pull the net into place around the salmon. They're catching salmon by the thousands. Those nets will close at the bottom. Those boats have powerful booms that pull the nets on board, and the fish are released into the hold. Another type of fishing vessel is the troll vessel. That's also called the gentleman's fishery. Through the use of trolling poles, they put lines in the water with hooks and flashers, and they're very selective towards a certain species of salmon. Another type of fishing vessel that you'll see in Petersburg is a gill netter. A gill netter is a boat that plays out a long line of monofilament net that has floating line on one side of it, sinking line on the other, and it traps fish in passes and inlets, typically salmon. The size of the net is selective for the type of salmon that the fisherman is going for. Those boats will stay with the nets in order to reduce incidental bycatch or marine mammal entanglement. Most of the fishing fleet are family-oriented, and these are people who want to sustain the health and survivability of the fish that they have relied on for generations for their income and for their survival. It's a great place to be. Southeast Alaskans are wonderful people, and they care about their fishery.
Morning, on board the National Geographic Venture. Today is Wednesday, July 10th, and the time is 6:55 a.m. We're currently sailing in Frederick Sound as we move into Chatham Strait. We'll be heading north and hugging the coast of Baranof Island, which will be off to our port side. We're looking for wildlife this morning. 56 degrees Fahrenheit, about 14 degrees Celsius. In 5 minutes, Sabina will be leading her light stretch and exercise on the sun deck. Early riser fare is available in the lounge, and breakfast will be served at 7:30. We expect our special guest, Dr. Andy Szabo, to be joining us around 9 o'clock. We'll make announcements for when he starts his presentation, and have a wonderful day on board the National Geographic Venture.
Exhale. Now we'll just do backstroke. One arm at a time. Rotate the shoulder.
We're standing in a coastal temperate rainforest on southeast Alaska. It's a thin strip of forest along the coast that is full of just a diversity of plants that love wet weather. There's a lot of rain here because the weather comes off the coast, hits the mountains, and goes up, and as it rises, it cools and drops out precipitation. What surrounds us is mostly Sitka spruce and hemlock. Sitka spruce is one of the first big trees to come in, followed by hemlock. And they create just big forests that are multi-layered, so that underneath you get a diversity of shrubs with berries. A significant part of this forest are the decomposers. These are the insects and the fungi and the other things that break down the dead material of this forest, so that when a tree falls, it is still a part of this nutrient cycling as the decomposers turn it into food for other beings. It's one of the most productive ecosystems on the planet. It has the highest biomass of any terrestrial ecosystem because of the growth that happens here in this forest. And to be in that is just an incredible experience.
So this is a salmon stream.
Today we are at Glacier Bay. This is a national park. In 1979, the United Nations, through UNESCO, designated this place as a World Heritage Site. The only way you can get here is either by plane or by ship. And this is a wonderful place. You can see that we are taken right through time where glacial ice carved this beautiful landscape. This is the ancestral home for the Chronicle people, and we are so happy to see that it's being kept pristine today and for future generations to come.
Well, welcome to the Marjorie and Grand Pacific Glaciers.
Oh my Lord, let me see my land one more time. Let me see my people one more time before you take me. That's a 300-year-old song.
We're at the Indian Islands, this amazing place in southeast Alaska where we have currents meeting and bringing nutrients to the surface of the water, where you have plankton, growing in this area, zooplankton feeding on that phytoplankton, all fish attracted to this area, which brings the bigger stars of the food web. The marine mammals that we've seen, the sea otters, the whales, and the stars of today's show, the stellar sea lions. These one-ton animals hauling themselves onto these rocks. They are really amazing hunters. We've seen them swimming around, catching fish. During our cruising, we also saw some sea otters wrapped up in kelp. These sea otters are keystone species of the Southeast Alaska ecosystem. Their diets, they're feeding on a lot of urchins consistently, which allow for the growth of these amazing kelp forests we've been cruising over.
Linda,
Yeah.
your dinner is served.
Why, thank you, James. That's very nice of you.
What do we have out here?
Well, besides a salad with chicken, we have killer whales in front of us. There's the nice male, nice tall dorsal fin. There's another male there. We have about 5 individuals, 2 with very nice tall dorsal fins, makes them a male. Killer whales, the largest member of the dolphin family. And we're just tracking them along here while we finish our dinner, or start it. Yeah, see the toe of the island? Yes. Back up about that much. There you go. Nice big nail. Killer whales, because there's 2, can we tell them apart from each other? And the answer is yes. And it's done photographically. So when you get a picture of that dorsal fin, you might also notice there's a gray saddle patch behind it. And that dorsal fin and its shape and any nicks or scratches and the saddle patch, the gray pattern is different on every individual. So yes, there are catalogs of different killer whales so that you can identify them with your photos from the dorsal fin saddle patch area. Move around, they're not dependently in one place. That's whales. Tastes like there should be killer whales nearby. Oh wait. Sure why they're eating sea otters, because sea otters.
It's been a wonderful week sailing with you on board the National Geographic Venture. From humpback whales to killer whales to all the incredible wildlife in between, and majestic scenery. It's been our pleasure to share Southeast Alaska with you. On behalf of Linblad Expeditions, National Geographic, thank you for sailing with us. We hope to see you again soon.